Hey guys, this is Catherine with Oracle Intuitions. This is your weekly reading for April 15th to the 22nd. Now, I was going from the Monday to the Monday, but I think I'm going to start going from the Friday to the Friday. So this is starting on the 15th, this upcoming Friday, to the next Friday after. All right. And we're going to be taking a look into the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. You're going to notice that the relationship readings are going to be a little bit longer. We're going to be getting a little bit more in depth. If you don't want to watch them, that's fine, and you just want to watch the general reading, that's okay. Just there is going to be a timeline below, so all you have to do is click that. Now, I do want to apologize to everybody. Last week I started off doing the readings. I actually only got the earth signs done because I had done that, Sunday night. Unfortunately, what happened is I found out that, or we found out that my son's best friend was actually killed in a car accident on, Monday night, and we found out Tuesday morning. And so the rest of the week, I just sort of, spent time with him, helping him through, a very, very traumatic situation. But, here we are. We're back now. Please make sure that you click like. Please click subscribe. Please, click the notification bell, because we do go live on this channel. So we usually try to go live on Wednesday evenings. Again, depending on what's going on in our own personal lives, but we are trying to make this coming back on a regular basis. Okay. The last few months, we've been kind of off and on, but we are trying to come back on a regular basis. So if you have the notification bell clicked, you will get the notification that we're live right away, and we do live readings right here on the channel. Also, just remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but I also suggest that you take a look into your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs just to get a more accurate picture of the upcoming week ahead. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone, and talk to you soon. Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for April 15th to the 22nd. We're going to be taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they're not going to resonate with everyone, but I do suggest you take a look into your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. All right, beautiful energy coming through. We have door to romance for the body. We have victory for the mind. And let's see what message Spirit wants to bring through. Strategy. All right. Okay. So, victory and strategy. I love these two cards. So, within the mental space, okay, so within the mind. So, these are things that we're starting to focus in on, things that we're putting attention to, maybe thoughts that we're having at this time. We have the victory card coming through. So, it feels as though you're really in this place of, I feel like, not accepting less. Okay, not accepting less, like you want to win. You want to win whatever it is, and or feel victorious, moving forward. I'm really getting that type of energy. In external circumstances or within the body, we have the door to romance. So it feels like you're now ready to accept a relationship. It's interesting with all the earth signs right now, we're really having a lot of relationship energy type, coming through. And it feels like you're ready to, open those doors. You're ready to be victorious within love. We also have strategy coming through here. So it might be some sort of strategic move that you're making. And it doesn't mean towards a particular person. It doesn't mean that you're in this place of, some people look at strategy as like manipulative or whatever you want to call it, right? But it's not being that, okay? It's just now saying, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to be victorious. And this is the strategy that I'm going to use. And it might be looking at things in a new perspective. It might be allowing a new energy to come through. But and whether this has to do with, well, I do, especially with that door to romance, this even could have to do with different things, right? Because it feels like for some of you, this could have to do with this victory and this strategy is, what it feels like? I'm going all over the place, but I'm really getting a lot of messages for you here, Virgo. I feel like for some of you, you might be more work focused or career focused, and you're making a strategy is how to be victorious within, within your career, within your business, within your job. But we also have this door to romance externally. I feel like what's happening here is because you're now in this energy where you're, you know, you're sort of more self-focused. You're looking at what's my next step for me, what's my next step for job or career, or what's my next step for my own personal victory in some way. It feels as though you're not focused on maybe perhaps relationships, and because of that, relationships might be presenting themselves. It's like once we lose focus, like for some of you, you may have been so focused on relationships in the past, or changing things, or how to make things better, or, you know, how to move things forward. But now that you're more career focused, you're, you know, or again, even self-focused, it's changing things in that external circumstances. Okay, you're presenting a different energy out to the world is what I'm really getting. And because of that, new things are presenting themselves in, you know, in romance. I mean, I'm going to say that this could be just love in general. Okay, door to romance, right? It, you know, especially for those of you, maybe you're in a very stable relationship, you know, you've been married for 800 years, you know, whatever it is. Maybe you're not expecting a whole bunch of romance. But I do feel because you've had, you know, this change of energy here, you might be receiving some sort of energy back, especially when it comes to love or relationships, or it's a change of energy. Maybe before you were sort of stuck in a place where, yeah, you know, yeah, we're together, here we are, been married, you know, all these kids, nothing's just really exciting, it's just day by day. But again, because you're more focused on something different here, things are sort of changing within the relationship. I do feel, though, for those singles, that, again, romance seems to be presenting itself because you're self-focused, or you're focused in on the next step for you, things that are going to make it better for you in some manner. All right, so let's get some clarifying cards and see what's coming through. First card coming in, we have the Three of Cups. Yeah, like this is celebration again, right? Victory. This is celebration, celebrating yourself. You know, maybe for some of you, I feel like for some of you, there was some sort of maybe perhaps promotion, or you did, you know, you did something that made you feel very proud of yourself. It brought this victorious feeling, or you're having this strategy towards this, you know, this victorious feeling. And this is coming from this place of celebration, right? Like there's a celebration that you might be having, either within the gratitude that you're carrying for yourself, or the gratitude that you're carrying towards the universe in some way, thanking them for bringing in, again, something that is victorious, or having this place of being fulfilled, or feeling fulfilled, or it's about to come. For some of you, maybe there's another strategy that you need to work on, or you need to continue working on that strategy. We've also got this Four of Cups energy. So I do feel that for some of you, again, you know, it's kind of like I said, because you weren't focused in on romance, you were in this place of, you know, I'm working on me right now. This is more important. I'm more important. I'm not going to be, you know, I don't need to go out and find love, or I don't need to put the energy into this. Like when it's ready, whatever. You know, I feel like you weren't feeling like you were going to miss an opportunity because of that, because of the fact that you within yourself are feeling so good, or you're about to feel so good, again, because of some sort of strategy that's coming through here. We also have the Tower. Yeah, it's almost like you're rebuilding something. You're rebuilding yourself. You're rebuilding maybe perhaps your business. You're looking at things in a new perspective. For some of you, you know, the Tower can really talk about starting at the beginning, okay, building a new foundation. And I'm really getting here that because you've been so focused on building this new foundation, building whatever it is that is going to help you in the long run, is going to give you that sense of fulfillment coming through the long run, that externally you may not have been paying attention, you know, to relationships or romance in any way. It wasn't something that was at the forefront of your mind. And now because of that, that's changed that energy, and these beautiful new things are really coming forward. So let's get some cards that, you know, basically that Spirit may want you to focus in on. These could also have to do with some sort of healing, or some sort of shadow work, or just a validation from Spirit in some way. All right. Okay, first card coming through, temptation. beautiful energy. I do feel that for some of you, when we have this temptation, I'm gonna get it. I need to verify that is what I feel. We also have entrapment, and we have sadness. Okay, I do feel like for some of you, you know, there may have been a situation from the past. I'm really getting some sort of past energy. For some of you, this could be current energy, or something that you're ready to release. I feel like in the past, you might have been so focused on sadness from some sort of relationship, or sadness about maybe, again, not feeling that fulfillment in some way, that you were feeling trapped, you were feeling in this place of just being stuck, like you can't move ahead, or that, you know, things aren't going the way that you wanted them to go. And this temptation coming through, it almost feels like I literally am hearing the words like, just screw it. Like, I'm just done, you know? And I feel like what happened here is because that was coming through, and it sort of reached a peak of done being in that place of entrapment, done hanging on to the sadness, that you've just released it in some way, or you're about to release it. And because of that releasing energy, okay, and that self-focus that you've been doing, it's like things are changing. You're building this new tower, you're building this new foundation for yourself. And it feels like for some of you, I do feel like you are being guided from spirit. I literally just heard that in my head about being guided by spirit of how to build this new foundation. But it feels like you have a strategy in place. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to have. I'm no longer going to focus in on the sadness. I'm no longer trapped. Okay, I'm breaking out of that tower, right? I'm breaking out of that tower that's been entrapping me for so long. It almost feels like that Rapunzel type of energy, right? And you're breaking free of it is what I keep getting here. And because of that, these new things are coming through. So it feels like next week is going to be, or this upcoming week is going to be very, very strong in just developing this strategy. Or maybe perhaps you're going to start seeing the results of some sort of strategy that you did put into place. All right. And on the path to feeling victorious is what I keep feeling here. So let's get a card from the universe to close off just the general reading, and then we're going to go into relationships and see what's coming through. Because I feel like things are just changing, especially for those that are seeking a relationship, for those of you that are desiring, you know, a change within the relationship. I feel like for some of you, you may have been feeling trapped, you know, within a relationship in some way. It even could be trapped within yourself. But, you know, now that you've let that go, you're building a new foundation. I feel like for some of you, there is some sort of energy of love coming through. We have that door of romance. It's like, I'm letting go of these old energies and I'm allowing a new love to come through. All right. Yeah, we have distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. So, again, by releasing that old energy, okay, when we're in this place of consciously, you know, staying in a place of sadness, or staying in a place of not moving forward, or staying in this place of, you know, feeling entrapped, right? That is a conscious desire, or that is a conscious energy that we're bringing through. And when we release it, because it's distorted, right? It's not the things that, you know, we're meant to be here for. We're not meant to be in this place of this type of energy. And once we release it, we really start to open our heart. We really start to feel stronger within ourselves. I feel like that victory card, I mean, it's very much like that Six of Wands energy, but I do feel there's a bit of the strength from the tarot coming through here as well. It's like your personal strength has helped to refashion a new direction for you, a new place, a new strategy. You're putting those bricks in place in order to release yourself from whatever it was that was hanging on to you from the past. So I love this. Let's take a look into relationships and see what's coming through. Yeah, I'm going to start with these ones here. So let's see what's coming through with relationships for our Virgos. I feel like you're right on the verge of things completely changing. All right, is what I keep getting. It's like a whole new energy is coming through. You're just on the verge of it, or, you know, either that or it's just starting to present itself. All right. Hand of cards. So it says take a chance, a risk, being... Look at this. Being strategic. Options. Okay? Not showing your hand. Maybe you're not telling people. Maybe you're not telling people about your strategy right now. You know, this is self-focus. I feel there's a lot of self-focus for you guys right now. We also have the chaser. You know, chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. So I do feel this is an energy that you need to take a look at, whether this is yourself or, you know, I feel like for many of you, this does have to do with yourself. Like, I do feel that for some of you, maybe you were entrapped within old relationships or old energy because of that need or that feeling of codependency, okay, with whatever it was. Whatever wasn't serving you at that time, you're now allowing it to be released. And we also have healing heart. Yeah, healing from heartache, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. So again, I do feel this coming through, all right? I did feel that, you know, earlier. It does feel like there's some sort of release of old energy that was presenting itself, right? And once you let go of that, you're not trapped. Like, you're not in this place of entrapment anymore, right? It's a distorted energy. It's a distorted outlook on something that can now be released. And again, you're rebuilding something. You're rebuilding that that new tower or that new foundation, whatever it is, because you're no longer trapped. I do feel temptation here. The one thing I am getting, especially now that I'm seeing these cards, and the thing that's immediately coming through is when I see temptation, it does feel that you're tempted at times to go back to the old energy, all right? It might be, to some degree, it might be a place that you're comfortable in, right? You may have been stuck in that old energy for a long time, or, you know, for some of you, you know, this could be your whole life. It could be, you know, certain situations, but it feels like it could be tempting to go back into this codependent type of relationship. And I feel like that's what's, you know, needing to be released at this time. All right, because you're not trapped. You can release it. You can let it go. And this is exactly what I'm getting. That healing heart is coming through, right? You are healing. And you have a strategy as to how to move forward. And I think this is absolutely gorgeous energy. And I do feel that because of that, there's this new opportunity that's presenting itself. It feels like a new relationship or a change within the relationship is coming forward in some way. So we also have lovers. I cannot make this up. I just literally said that. Like, I do feel like there's some sort of, you know, love that's coming through here. Something that's trying to present itself. We also had that door to romance that came in. I'm just trying to find it here. Yeah, door to romance. Look at it. It feels like there's something new. All right? And again, it doesn't need to be a new person. I mean, that's going to be completely up to you, right? But I do feel that there's a change, all right? The door to romance, lovers coming through. There's a new love that's presenting itself. We also have distant horizons, all right? So I feel like for some of you, because you're focused in on rebuilding, okay, building that new foundation, this might not be an energy that you're wanting to accept at this time, and that's okay, all right? For some of you, maybe you're looking at it and going, you know, when I'm ready, I'm ready to bring in this relationship, all right? I'll keep my options open, and when I'm ready in the distant future or in the distant, you know, horizons, I will allow this energy to come through. But I'm also getting here, when it talks about that distant horizons, I feel like it's, again, you know, you're building a new foundation, and it feels like to stay focused on your plan. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you're wanting to build? And try to stay away from the temptations, right, that are going to distract you from that. That's what I keep getting. It's like, don't allow yourself to be tempted to repeat old cycles or old things. There's no longer any necessary need for that. Maybe it might feel comfortable at times to be in that place, but it's not what you need. It's time to continue to look forward to the future, because there's beautiful things that are coming through here, especially within relationships. Yeah, occupation. I do feel like, again, for some of you, you might be really, really focused on your occupation, career, maybe perhaps just expanding something in some way. And that's okay. You know, you don't need to be focused in on a relationship at this time if that's not what you want. But just know that when you're ready, it will present itself. All right? I feel like for some of you too, I feel like saying to you, don't use the occupation as a distraction from going forward in love. All right? I feel like this is not the time to be in old energy where you're scared to bring in love, because love is wanting to present itself. There's some sort of romance. There's some sort of relationship in some way that's trying to present itself. But if you're just focused in on work because it's a good distraction for you, I feel like that's what Spirit is saying to release as well. Doesn't mean you can't still focus in on your occupation, but don't do it just as a distraction, all right? Don't do it as something that is keeping you, keeping your heart closed, right? Because I do feel it's time to really open your heart and that something wants to present itself or come through. Yeah. Right? New love. It doesn't need to be a new person. You know, for some of you, it may be a new person. But I do feel that, for some of you too, this could be a change within the energy, right? A change within the current situation, or a change within, it's like new love, like new being presented again, that, door to romance. But I do feel for some of you, there's the new love that's coming through. We also have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. You know what's interesting? That's exactly what I'm getting. Don't retreat because, okay? Don't retreat. Like, don't, I get, here's the thing. When I say don't focus on your occupation, of course you should, right? Focus on what's making you happy, what's going to be better for you in the future. We have that distant horizons. But at the same time, we have to do the healing that is necessary. And by distracting yourself, okay, just retreating and disconnecting from everything isn't going to be the path that brings in, it's just going to be a distraction. All right, it's not actually doing the healing. And I feel like if you need to do the healing, it's time to do the healing, but don't do it because it's a or don't do something out of distraction. All right, distraction isn't healing, as that's basically what I'm trying to say here. We also have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So again, I do feel like that's two confirmation cards, sort of coming through here from Spirit saying, the focusing in on your finances and career is bringing in that new element of love or some sort of romance, because you're not just sitting there in this place of focusing in on love and wanting it to come through and being depressed, maybe perhaps because somebody's not presenting themselves in the way that you wish that they would present themselves, or maybe perhaps, you haven't found the person that you've been desiring or seeking. All right. But again, don't do it. Don't focus in on those just because it's easier to do it. Or if I just focus on my career, I don't have to think about romance. All right. It just feels like something needs to be natural here. Okay. If you feel you need to retreat because it's a good distraction for you, I feel like that's the wrong strategy. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, we've got to get more information. It's up to you. And success. It's interesting. We already had that victory card coming through, right? I feel like there's this, I can't speak, a success coming through for you is what I keep getting. Like some sort of success, some sort of victory, right? When it talks about more information, let's get some clarification on, get more information. What do we need more information on in regards to this card here? I feel like this here. Yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like, especially for those of you that are wanting to start a new business, or maybe perhaps, you know, you're looking at a career change or something. Again, I feel like don't do it simply because it's a distraction in some way. I feel like you need more information, but it is also saying that this is a, you know, if you do want to move forward before just jumping into something, get more information about it, okay, before just making that leap. I'm really getting that energy, but it feels like something new is going to be presenting itself. Something new is coming forward. Look at this. We have the 10 of Cups, right? I feel like 10 of Cups, you know, this really talks about, you know, being in a place of comfort. You know, it's being in a place of love. It's being in this happy family. It's presenting happy family, happy home, contentment. All right. And in order to get to that place of contentment, we can't be in this place of distraction. And that's what I keep getting. Don't distract yourself. Allow your heart to open. Allow this romance to come through if that is what you're seeking, because it does want to present itself. And look at this again. You know, we had that success card along with the victory card. So it feels like you're on the right path here. Just don't be tempted to get into those old habits of self-depreciation, or, you know, lack of recognizing your own value or what it is that you want to present itself. And don't get into that stage where we're just going to try to distract ourselves instead of building that new foundation that we want, that will lead us to success. So I truly hope that this has helped, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing night. And don't forget to, if this reading did resonate with you, please click like. Also, please click subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when we are going live. Have a great night. Take care.